Hey Joe fans, I'm JoeFan82 here with another action figure and vehicle review. This time I'm looking at the 2009 G.I. Joe Cobra Stinger with Cobra Stinger driver. And this is the packaging, and it is really nice. This is back when Hasbro was issuing window boxes for a lot of their vehicles, and you can clearly see the vehicle and the figure inside with a nice backdrop, some dogfighting going on in the back. Let's turn it. This was purchased at Ross at one point. And we've got a nice picture of the Cobra driver on the side. And on the back, a product shot of the vehicle and the figure. And a cross-sell on the bottom with the Stingraider with Copperhead and the Ghost Hawk with Lift Ticket. This paragraph on the bottom says, "The Cobra Stinger heads straight for its target, a G.I. Joe communication station that must be eliminated. But first, the Cobra Stinger driver has to get past the G.I. Joe team standing in his way, so he aims the vehicle's rocket launcher at the team and prepares to fire." And it says www.gijoe.com. And this little info here says launcher rotates 360 degrees, removable roof panel, and opening doors. Well, that's always nice that you have doors that can open. On this side is a nice shot, nice artist's rendition of the Stinger. On the top has the G.I. Joe and Cobra logos. And on the bottom are file cards for not only the Stinger driver, but the Cobra Stinger as well. So no wasted space on this packaging. And here is the Stinger and Stinger driver out of the package. Let's go ahead and take the driver away for a minute. We'll get back to him. And here is the vehicle. It's based on the original that was released in 1984. And it's pretty much the exact same vehicle, just re-released. It is all black, an all black body with gray accents. Let's go over the features. Got plastic wheels with gray hubcaps. The wheels are on a metal bar, which goes all the way through. Some nice molding on the bottom. It features gull wing doors, which open up on both sides. And there are little tabs here that secure them in place. The roof does come off, as it says on the packaging. There are two tabs in the front here, and you just pull them up and it pops off, so it's easier to get the figures inside. It has two red plastic headlights, silver winch on the front. This is the refueling tank, and there's a rifle that's held in place with a couple tabs here. You can just snap it off, and it's a decent rifle, dark gray. It's got a logo here, and looks like an ant for a Stinger. Cobra logo down here. The rear with 2 foot pegs, a handlebar, 2 plastic rear lights. The Stinger comes with 4 of these red missiles, and they each have one of these notches in them, and that's how they are attached to the vehicle. They each have these little raised bumps in the center, but they attach onto these knobs here, and it's not very secure. So I've got it pushed all the way on, and it's very loose. And you can see from the front, these two fins are actually touching. It's hard to get them on without touching, and just kind of bumping into them almost makes them fall off. So I'm not a big fan of the execution on these missiles. It looks cool, but just not held on very well. The set does include this sticker sheet. I have not put any of these on yet. I might or I might not, it depends. It also comes with this set of blueprints, which are printed on a glossy type of paper instead of the usual matte paper that I'm used to. And normal blueprints, it has the outline of the vehicle and what all this stuff is, and then some suggestions for sticker placement there on the bottom. And it's blank on the back. And here is the Stinger driver figure, and I really like the sculpt on this. It's based on the vintage figure that came with the vehicle, and the head sculpt is very nice. A nice mean looking guy underneath there with a red face mask, light gray helmet with some black netting molded into the sculpt, which is very nice. He's got a light gray uniform on with some black web gear, a lot of pouches on the front, a lot of detail coming down, red buckle, red straps on the back, and a holster in the back which will hold one of his two accessories, a small black pistol, if I can focus on it. Just a plain black pistol, and that slides into the holster on his back. He's got the red Cobra logo on his sleeve, and he's got gray pants, continuing with his uniform, black knee pads, black boots, some buckles here that are holding on these pieces, which will hold his other accessory. Is it a knife or a sai? I'm not sure. Kind of looks like just a knife, and that will slide in like that. Holds him pretty securely. So a very nice looking figure. Let's go over the articulation. His head is not on a ball joint. It just goes left and right. No up and down movement at all. His shoulders do a full 360. His elbows do almost a 90. His wrists do a 360. He does have a joint there in the chest, the torso. Can't really bend it too much because of the web gear. He does have a is there a joint in the no joint in the waist. His hips are on a ball joint. Nice movement there. He does have double jointed knees, and his ankles do a full 360, and he's got another hinge right there. Here's what he looks like with the web gear off. He's got the Cobra symbol across his chest, a collar that you can't really see under the web gear, but he's got a collar on his uniform, and his helmet will come off, and he's just bald underneath. I forgot to mention he also comes with a figure stand, Cobra symbol on the top, codename Cobra Stinger Driver. And now the $1 million question: will the figure fit in the vehicle? And let's find out. So the roof comes off, you can slide him in through the top, and his helmet popped off there. I kind of wish that his helmet was not removable. I would prefer a helmet that is not removable versus a helmet that is constantly falling off. I just want to make sure that I'm getting him all the way on his side there, the driver's side. So I got him wedged in. It's a bit of a snug fit. And the missile's falling off there. So let's try to get this roof on. So, and it's got these two clips. That's what's holding it on in the front. And yeah, there's not much not much headroom in there. Can't even really see his head at all. It's crammed in there so tight. Actually, I think it's kind of lifting the roof up a little bit in the back. I don't know if you can really even see it through here. But, I mean, he does technically fit. Not well, but he does fit. And should be able to fit another guy in there on the side. Okay, so I was able to fit a 25th anniversary blue shirt guy in there. If you can see him. I squeezed him in there, and he does fit. Again, not well. I think he actually fits worse than the Stinger driver. But you are able to squeeze them both in. As far as the foot pegs on the back go, the figure will fit on them pretty securely. As you can see, he's staying on with some movement. But that bar on the bottom is pretty much useless. It's way too low for him to hold on to. Let's go ahead and take a look at the file cards. The first one is for the Elite Driver, codename Cobra Stinger Driver. File name various, primary military specialty infantry vehicle driver, secondary military specialty artillery intelligence, birthplace various. Again, these are meant to be army builders. There's not one Stinger driver, there are multiple Stinger drivers. The paragraph says, Cobra troopers begin in the anonymous ranks of the Cobra Army. They then try to get noticed, in a positive way of course, by Cobra Commander, hoping they'll be selected for a higher rank and advanced training. Cobra Stinger drivers are some of the lucky ones who trade in their grunt gear for the driver's seat of a prime attack vehicle. Cobra Stinger drivers are trained in ultra-aggressive driving tactics that prepare them for every battle environment from urban areas to remote wilderness. And the quote on the bottom says, G.I. Joe team, consider yourselves warned. Never underestimate us. We'll hunt you down and drive you into the ground. Wow. That's not very nice, is it? And the file card for the Stinger. A rare vehicle file card. So it says Cobra Stinger at the top, type all-terrain assault vehicle or ATAV, designation light tactical ground vehicle, weapons ground-to-air rockets. And the paragraph says smooth aggressive mobility. That's the hallmark of the Cobra Stinger off-road vehicle. It moves over rugged terrain with the lethal focus of a tarantula bearing down on its next meal. The vehicle's wishbone suspension allows it to maintain stability and speed over the roughest ground. The rocket launcher rotates a full 360 degrees for maximum battle effectiveness. The V12 twin-turbo engine has the stamina and power for sustained combat deployment in the capable control of a Cobra Stinger driver. So overall, I think this is a nice set. I never had the original vehicle, but this one looks really nice. I love the black. I do wish the missiles were attached more securely to the vehicle. That's a little bit of a sticking point. I like the figure, great sculpt, great paint apps. And so yeah, I do recommend picking this up if you are a fan of the vehicle or the driver. So that'll wrap up my look at this 25th anniversary edition of the Cobra Stinger and Stinger driver. Let me know what you think about this set in the comments below. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter at JoeFan82. And as always, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.